What's up, everybody? You got Larry here. Let's go over step 12 today, and we're gonna call that a wrap on that series. Step 12, having a spiritual awakening. As a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. Amen. I decided to take the old girl out for a ride today. Haven't gave her much love this year. Never hurts to run a little gas through the carbs, make sure they're not going to gum up. So this is obviously the step that you end with, or I shouldn't say end, it's a new beginning. So having completed the steps, we try to apply these principles in all of our affairs, and how that applies to my life is if I get to a conflict or altercation with somebody, I now have the tools to redeem myself or redeem the situation. I know how to take inventory for myself, and I know how and when to make amends to those people. But an important part of step 12 is carry this message out to other alcoholics. When I was in my cups, the only thing that would excite me is something, some event or some night that would involve drinking. You know, I was all about that, and if it didn't involve drinking, I didn't want to be a part of it, because what fun was that going to be? But fast forward to now, what excites me the most is newcomers coming in to the program. And seeing myself in said people, not sure where to go, not sure how to feel. You know, a lot of people come in hopeless and don't know where to turn, and that's that rock bottom we talk about. And don't get me wrong, I don't like seeing people hopeless, but I am excited for them because I remember what that feeling was like, and I just remember being young in the program before I figured out what it was really about. And what it's really about is fellowship with another person, with other people. That's the biggest point for me, because I don't know about other alcoholics, but I am, or was, an extreme introvert, and now I find happiness in being a part of a group and communicating with people a couple times a week. Well, those people, I communicate with people on a daily basis with my job, but when I first got into sobriety, I was scared of not having friends, and that turned into finding comfort in being alone in my house. And I, you know, for a time there was some happiness in that, you know, just being at home, not talking to anybody, riding that pink cloud, if you will. But after a short time, that doesn't work anymore. because as an elder person in my group says, if you're alone in a room with yourself, you need to get out of there because you're with a crazy person. And he was right, because when I'm in a room by myself, I don't come up with anything good, that's for sure. That's where my depression and anxiety creeps in. So that's why I say it's important to have fellowship, and it's important to talk to people on a regular basis, even if they're not other alcoholics. Other alcoholics or addicts know exactly what you'd be talking about, because their mind works almost the exact same way yours does, or as mine does. But even getting out of your comfort zone and having conversations with people that don't have the disease, I find that's helpful to me, because I can be a helpful part of society now, even if that doesn't include helping alcoholics stop drinking. Don't get me wrong, that's what gets my blood pumping, and that's what gets me excited, is the thought of helping somebody else out. But yeah, just getting out of your comfort zone, talking to new people, trying something new. I started going to church a couple years into sobriety, and that's another fellowship that I didn't know that I needed, and it's been very beneficial to me. I now have a network of people I can call on, whether they're alcoholic or not, to help me in any situation you can think of. There's always somebody who's been through it and can offer you advice, which is what we strive to do, is to help people who are going through what we went through, because we know all about it. But it really is a psychic change, because when I sit here and talk about the newcomer and how I was as a newcomer, just how selfish and self-centered I didn't know that I was. Selfish and self-centered to the extreme, and it was sad. But thanks to my group and thanks to the steps, I am now equipped with the tools to help somebody else out, and I'm not going to say never, but I do think about myself less, which is, woo, there's a big bug. The ability to think about others and not think about myself is the greatest gift that I could have received, other than keeping my family intact. But there again, if I'm thinking about them, I'm not thinking about me. I feel like I'm forgetting part of that. It's no good. Practice these principles in all of our affairs. Spiritual awakening or psychic change. If you continue to work the steps, whether you want it to or not, that spiritual awakening is going to happen. Because I couldn't get sober without God. I couldn't get sober by myself, and I sure as hell can't help other people get sober without God, or, you know, your spiritual belief, higher power. that's what it's about. It's about God and it's about other people. And what's funny about that is when you first start out, they tell you don't do it for your family, don't do it for your friends, do it for yourself. You're worth it. Well, then you continue along and you find out that you did do it for other people, and I don't know, I feel like I'm circling back to the same things over and over again, but when you get to step 12, that's when you start reflecting on just how much it all mattered. God, others, loved ones, and last but not least, yourself. And I think I'm going to end with that. I'll be doing more videos, but this is going to end the 12-step segment. I appreciate you guys that were around for the ride. I thank anybody who's going to watch us in the future. I hope it'll help some people out. But my name is Larry and I'm an alcoholic, and let's stay in touch.